Hi guys, this is Zach. I'm gonna go over Solar Flare with you guys today and run it through a couple of matches. This is my Solar Flare list. I'll break it down for you guys by columns. I'm gonna start with my mana base first, like I did with the Burning Vengeance deck. So as far as our dual lands go, we've got a total of 11 of the untapped lands, the core set lands, and the Innistrad lands. I think they're good. They're better than having the Scars lands because the Scars lands they're just terrible to draw late game. I only have one of them in the deck actually. Uh, this is this mana base has been good enough for me that I haven't had any problems with it. With the occasional not drawing the double black on turn 3 for Liliana. But I think that's going to happen regardless because the mana for this deck isn't really that great. So, as far as specialty lands go, I have 2 Nephalia Drownyards, and the reason for that is because I've found that it's just a solid card. It's a good way to build your graveyard up even when you're not hitting your Forbidden Alchemies and your Liliana to put things in there. So it's not a must for the deck, but I think it's pretty good. I only have 2 Ghost Quarters in the deck because I didn't really want to run them in the deck in the first place because the mana base really isn't very good. But I have them in the deck because I've realized that you can't beat Kessig Wolfrun without it. So that's why it's in there. Okay, so now to start with the actual deck. These are just, the counter spells. Some lists don't even play Mana Leak. I only play 3 because I find it hard to fit more than 3 in the list. The list is kind of tight. So the Snapcasters are in here because they're just a really powerful card. I haven't actually played the deck since I've added the 4th, but we'll see how it plays out. This is basically your graveyard fueling engine. Well, that and the 2 Drownyards. This is how you fill your graveyard up so you can hit your Unburial Rites and get one of your threats in the bin. Here I have the spot removal for the deck. There's only 5 pieces, but it's been enough in most cases. The 2 O-Rings could possibly be 3 O-Rings and just 2 Doomblades. Because some things Doomblades don't kill, like Grave Titan, a lot of decks are playing him now, so I could try that out. Here's my anti-aggro package. 2 Timely Reinforcements. It's actually good against most decks. Even in some control matches, it can be good. If they get down an early Snapcaster Mage and, can beat in for a couple points of damage. It's 6 life. I mean, you always set him out against control, but it's good enough that it doesn't really hinder your game plan in game 1. 2 Day of Judgments. Should really speak for themselves. And then 1 Gideon. A lot of lists play Jace here over Gideon, but I like Gideon better. He can just be an extra threat, even if there's no creatures on the board or in control matchups. He's just an extra threat, so I like having that versatileness. Here's the deck's namesake and Burial Rites. Well, not namesake, but here's the, main card in the deck, what you're trying to hit. So, as far as my targets go, I have Elesh Norn. He's just super good against aggro. The Runescarred Demon I actually put in here when I put the Ghost Quarters in here, and he's been surprisingly good. How I actually thought of putting him in here was I read a comment from BDM, or Brian David Marshall. I think it was on TCG Player. And he said something about how he liked Runescarred Demon in this list, just because, you can constantly tutor for things with them. So I figured I'd try it out, since he's not very expensive, and he's actually been fairly good. I've liked him a lot. The three Sun Titans and Phantasmal Image. Um, I don't know. It's a good combo. Sun Titan works really well in this deck. So I think you should be playing these. I'm kind of thinking about going up to a second Phantasmal Image. I'm not sure though. And then one Consecrated Sphinx. I like this card. It draws. It draws you lots of cards. Some people don't like this card anymore, saying it's the worst 6-drop. I don't really think it's all that bad. I mean, it does come out a lot because if you're playing a mid-range or an aggro deck, it's not very good. But against control, it is just really good. As far as the sideboard, some more aggro hate and Day of Judgment. For control, I got 2 Dissipates. Just need more counter spells. Go up to 5. Another piece of aggro hate. So, piece of spot removal. Like I said, O-Ring's good. You want this in quite a few matches, actually. It's just solid. Some artifact hate. Even though I don't really think I need as much artifact hate anymore, because other than Wormcoil, most decks don't really play a whole lot of artifacts. I mean, I guess some play swords, but really, I don't know if I need 3 slots to artifact hate. This is just more artifact hate. Could stop a Tezzeret deck, I imagine, but I haven't played against one of those with this deck yet. I don't know how popular it is anymore. Some graveyard hate. It's almost, it really is necessary to have graveyard hate in this format, just because it's so graveyard based. 2 Ratchet Bombs. For the tokens matchup, I have yet to beat tokens with this deck. I don't know if that's saying anything, but most of the other matchups are fine, and then Wormcoil for aggro also. Anyways, that's the deck, and I hope you guys enjoy it.